Netflix stock fell by 4.5% on Friday and investors have lost all hope. So will the stock recover? Stay focused as we go through recent news as well as a chart analysis and price forecast. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. First news, Netflix's top accounting executive Ken Barker has resigned just 4 months after taking up the job. The company stated that he left for personal reasons and not because of professional ones. His salary, according to a filing, was $2.4 million with $600,000 worth of stock option allowances annually. Following up, Netflix is readying for its new semi-advertisement based service tier where people can pay way less than the normal ad-free service and watch a few ads in return for that discount. This is a result of the company's declining and sometimes negative subscriber growth, which led the stock down over 70% from its all-time high price. And going into more detail about Netflix's advertising services, advertisers will be charged a $65 CPM, which is way higher than other streaming platforms and more than 10x if compared to video platforms like YouTube. With all that in mind, let's jump straight into the chart. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the one-day chart for Netflix. And as always, we'll first analyze this one-day chart, then the 1-hour chart and the 5-minute chart as well to end it off. So as you guys can see, we are now analyzing the chart in a live market, right? 26 September's market has started. But first, we'll take a look at the entire trend of the stock. If we look closely, we can see that, well, it doesn't look that good, to be honest, right? And that is pretty much why investors have lost hope with the stock. But we'll quickly see if the stock has any hopes left or it can recover. We can see that it's in a short-term bullish trend, right? So ever since this earnings report came out, I believe that this trend took off. But there is a problem with this as well, that we did not cross this level yet, around the $252 level, right? And I believe that if we keep making lower highs, then we might just squeeze into this range and then, we might break this range and go below even further. But keeping all of that aside, if we look closely at the long-term trend, the stock definitely is bearish, right? Ever since the lockdown and stuff stopped, right? So that's more of a technical or rather fundamental or rather worldly aspect than a technical aspect. As you guys probably know that Netflix is, as you guys already know that Netflix or any other entertainment product or service for that matter was pretty popular when everyone was locked in into their homes. But now that things are restarting, people are getting busy with their jobs and stuff, the stock definitely did take a hit. So if we take a look at September's trend, we can see that the stock did go up to this level over here, right? Investors did have hope, but well, it did crash down. It's not showing very good signs. But to analyze the stock further, I believe that there's not much data in the one-day charts, right? Everything that it tells us is just that the stock is not a buy at this price, at this moment, at this, I'd say, opportunity. So let's quickly jump into the 1-hour chart and see if there are any swing trades over here. Talking about swing trades, we can see a trend in Netflix that, as you guys can see, we always take a bullish trend after hitting an accumulation zone, and after that we get a sell-off. So we might be able to use this technique or rather strategy to get some profits for ourselves. So if the stock over here, let's say it opened in a gap down, so that's why it fell at first. But in another scenario, we can see that the stock over here opened in a red candle over here, right? It did not open, well, it did open in somewhat of a gap down. After that it fell down in the first candle itself. So this was pretty much a good entry zone, and this could have been a good swing trade for, let's say, how many percent? Like 5%, and that's pretty good honestly for just a single day. But at the same time, we can see that the Netflix stock has been volatile for a long time. So I would not recommend taking a small risk to reward ratio. Let's say if you want to plan a trade, I would not recommend that you take a $1 range, for example. I would recommend that you should always trade such volatile stocks with care and with larger risk to reward ratios, larger stop losses. So what you have to do is you can get an accumulation range, and after that you can see how volatile the stock is, the beta of the stock, and maybe you can multiply that, and that'll give you your risk to reward ratio. But coming back to the analysis, we can see that the stock has continued its pattern that it will go up and then get a sell-off intraday, right? So it's pretty much a bearish pattern on the volatile side. So I believe that we might get that same pattern on 26th as well. We might go up and then get another sell off. So this could be a good opportunity to trade a swing. And even on the longer term, I believe that short sellers did make a lot of money when they sold over here after they saw a few insider candles here, right? So this could have been a good trade as well. Over here, we see that this was a volatile candle, right? This was 21st September. I don't really know what happened on this date, but I do know that on 13th September, the entire Nasdaq crashed. So let's see how the stock performed. Over here, we can see that on 13th, the entire, well, not 13th, wait, that's August. Yeah, 13th September. We can see that the entire Nasdaq crashed and the Netflix stock crashed as well. It opened in a gap down pretty below over here, right? Straight from a price of $236 to a price of $226, which is like 4% down. So what exactly is my prediction for the Netflix stock? Well, I do believe that it will be, bearish in the short term. So my target for the stock would probably be somewhere around these old ranges that it has made. So somewhere around $215, I guess. I probably would short the stock with a target for $215 and a stop loss for somewhere around, I'd say, $240, I guess. So that would be a good trade, right? With about a 1 to 1.8 risk to reward ratio. But with that being said, let's quickly jump into the 5-minute chart and look for some intraday trades. So we'll start with analyzing the stock's 20th September performance. As you guys can see, we did open in a gap down, but after that, we made somewhat of a bullish trend up until we got reversed over here at a price point of about $250. So the $250 range stands still to be a strong resistance. After that, as you guys can see, we did get supported twice over here around these levels of $243. And we did get resisted over here as well at $243. Another support stands over here around $240.8. Again, a resistance over here around $248. After that, we can see another resistance over here around $240, which is pretty evident. And after that, there's a support over here around $235. And that same support of $235.8 acted as a resistance on 23rd September and it did not let us, break the bearish trend. We can see that then we got resisted over here around $232.5 and we got supported over here around $228 or rather $229. We did bottom over here on 23rd September at $221.5, so that would be a good area to watch out as well. If we look at the 26th September price action, we can see that we already made a top over here at $230. So it could be a good short-term opportunity to, short the stock, right? I personally would short the stock over here with a stop loss somewhere around, what was the support or resistance over here? $232. So a stop loss of about $232 and a target of somewhere around this low over here around $225, I guess, right? But as you guys can see, we are currently at 229, so that does not look like a good risk to reward ratio. So I personally would give the stock a short-term bearish rating as well as, a bearish rating in the 6-month target as well, because I do not believe that the entire market situation would be reversed in the coming 6 months. So the short-term Netflix stock target still stands to be around $215 in my opinion. But remember that this is just my own opinion and not financial advice, so I could be wrong and you should trade after doing your own research. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stox 101 for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.